Coming up on Plugged In.
Student reporters from the University of Toledo discover how the greenhouse industry is changing their flower power.
Then we'll meet a team of scientists racing to counteract the effects of invasive species in the Great Lakes.
We'll examine fuel cells and report on the benefits and challenges of this new technology.
And we'll unravel a history mystery using archaeological evidence to dig up the truth.
Get plugged in now on WGTE.
Welcome to Plugged In. I'm Jennifer Mondelli.
And I'm Sean McDonald. The industry that grows the plants we buy to beautify our yards and shade our homes is not as green as it could be.
Greenhouses and nurseries use a lot of energy to grow seedlings and keep away the frost. But fossil fuels impact our environment and come at a high cost.
Plugged In reporter Raquel Cunningham visits members of the Maumee Valley Growers Association to explore how a green industry is getting even greener.
The greenhouse industry is facing challenges including high and rising energy costs and increasing competition from Canada. With funding from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Urban Affairs Office at the University of Toledo set out to try and figure out how to help the industry retain its competitive edge.
The cluster strategy is basically industries or businesses in an industry coming together to work together to solve the big problems that are beyond the scope of any individual one to solve by themselves.
In this case, the greenhouse industry. And if we have problems, like we had a freight problem, we have an energy problem, we have some other kind of problem, then this cluster then can meet with other clusters.
A cluster brings together the growers, the suppliers, and consumers in the community, all relying on academic research to help the cluster look at the issues together instead of on their own.
It appeared that we just needed to have a business, sort of a business unit, and that's what Maumee Valley Growers have become, sort of the business aspect of the cluster, and the cluster itself has remained the educational part of this thing.
Everyone in Northwest Ohio, the 6-county region, is part of the cluster. Not everyone necessarily is a member of Maumee Valley Growers, and I think that's an important distinction because the cluster is much bigger than just Maumee Valley Growers.
Maumee Valley Growers started to help solve some of these problems by pooling resources to buy their natural gas together.
The growers in Northwest Ohio all came together to set up what is called their natural gas purchasing program. That essentially takes all of their natural gas needs and pulls them together so that when we make the purchase of our natural gas, we can get a better rate and we can purchase the gas at a less cost.
Natural gas program has again been one of those great opportunities for us as members of Maumee Valley Growers to be able to reap the benefits of collaboration and joining together. We receive better gas pricing, which has been phenomenal in bringing down our costs.
Not only have some of the growers lowered their natural gas prices, but they're also going green in greenhouses to cut their energy costs. Each grower had the opportunity to have an energy audit done to see which alternative energy was best for them.
As they're coming in and you're looking at the present equipment that's in a given greenhouse to see what the efficiency level is at, and also what are the needs based on the crops that you're growing and how much energy that you really need to produce that crop, and then how can we conserve this energy.
It's the only way that we feel we can get a jump on saving any kind of money is with the turbine.
Sandy Nitz owns Nitz Greenhouse in Oregon, Ohio. Her greenhouse is roughly 4 miles from the Lake Erie shore.
The heaters, you know, the motors on the heaters. The heater comes on, the electrical motor comes on. These roof vents that open are electrical. The best energy thing we could do is the wind turbine, is cutting our electrical rate. It's the best that we could cut corners right now.
In Holland, Ohio, conservation is a better plan for Haynes Greenhouse than buying into a new alternative energy system.
We're doing small things that we can actually feasibly afford to do right now. We grow the majority of our plant material, so we start growing actually back in December, January, depending on what the crop is. We've gone and taken little measures. In our greenhouse area, we will put up poly walls to lessen the amount of gas usage that we have early on in the season.
Dick Bostorff is the owner of Bostorff Greenhouse and Acres in Bowling Green, Ohio. He already put up shade cloths on the end walls, solar curtains to try and retain the heat, and insulated the side walls.
So now we have to look at the next step. The next step is how do we get a cheaper source of energy, a renewable source of energy. We ourselves cannot put up wind towers or windmills because we're too close to the Bowling Green airport, and so we're not allowed to put up the big towers that are efficient. We can put up little towers, but that doesn't do the trick for us. And we could do solar, but I'm not convinced that solar at this point, because of cost, is the thing to do. So geothermal is here. It's inexpensive to operate, so we can do lots of things with it. We can make hot water, we can put hot air.
As each grower decides on an action plan, the information is then collected and taken back to the cluster to share with other growers.
The cluster and Maumee Valley Growers are an economic development unit in reality. We're creating jobs, and we're creating bigger businesses, and we're really helping the consumer here save a lot of money.
It has brought the industry together as a whole. We are working together for the sustainability of the industry and allowing us to find and look for those ways that we can join together in the same effort in making the industry succeed.
For more information on Maumee Valley Growers, you can check out their website at MaumeeValleyGrowers.com. For Plugged In, I'm Raquel Cunningham.
In the story, Raquel mentioned the importance of an energy audit and how this can help businesses save money. Joe Perlacki from the Maumee Valley Growers explains how homeowners can also reap the rewards of an energy audit.
An energy audit really involves several steps or stages. The first thing is a walkthrough, a physical walkthrough, either with the owner or an engineer that specializes in energy needs. The second step would be to come back after observations have been made by the individuals participating. And probably the third thing would be to figure out what the game plan. The next steps would be to rectify or fix some of the observations that were made. The energy audit is not exclusive to the business world. You can do that very, very simply even at home by changing the light bulbs from the incandescent to the CFLs. That's a good start. And other things, programmable heat sources, such as your thermostat. Those are very obvious things, inexpensive.
According to EnergyStar.com, if every American home replaced just one light bulb with a compact fluorescent bulb, we would save enough energy to light more than 3 million homes for an entire year and prevent greenhouse emissions equal to more than 800,000 cars.